It's just a beautiful venue, really intimate, excellent beer and excellent food, and really incredible music.
I absolutely love their quirky and intimate vibe.
The musicians love the place, and so the audience love it as well.
So we're in the music everyone thinks we're a couple. I don't know why.
We've been best friends since school, so we'd always talk about how amazing it would be to have a venue, the kind of venue that we'd like to hang out.
Yeah.
The kind of place where we'd like to go to listen to music.
Well, it reminds me a bit of playing at the Bluebird in Nashville. There's not much separation between the audience and the person who's singing, which is a really cool thing for the performer as well as the audience, I think. And it sounds really good too.
We have a bit of a philosophy here that I've tried to create. My favourite moments of Green Note are when you forget there's anything between you and the musicians. And when you kind of break down that barrier between the performer and the audience, something really magical can happen in the room, and that's where we get our atmosphere from. It's a real pleasure to see a lot of the musicians come through here go on to bigger and better things. Sometimes they get a little bit too big to come back to our little tiny room that we love so much, but quite often they come back anyway and just don't tell that many people about it. It's a great feeling to feel like you've been a part of that journey to that kind of success.
There are plenty of things about the Green Note that make it exceptionally special as a venue, and not least the two women, Evie and Risa, that run it. Everything that they do seems to be done very gracefully and very effortlessly. All the way from DIY to the big decisions, they're doing it all themselves.
We wanted to create a scene, bring a community to us, and there is a scene out there. I think we've tapped into it, but also created it as well.
This is not a business you do for the business side of it.
You've got to do it for the love of it.
For the love of it.
You just feel amazing vibrations. You just feel great when you're here. It's actually very, very rare, I find, in London to be at a place with so much heart.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the 60th episode of Virtually Green Note. My name's Christina, and I will be your host this evening. We've got a superb lineup for you on tonight's show, so wherever you're listening from, I'm really glad that you've joined us. Our first artist is a powerhouse who's won awards and acclaim for her soaring vocals, masterful lyrics, and electric performances. Known and lauded for her signature indie pop to rock style, her latest album, Wonderful Life, finds her wading effortlessly into the roots rock and Americana sound pool. Broadcasting from Halifax, Nova Scotia tonight, it's Christina Martin.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Christina. From one to another, how are you doing?
I'm doing so great. I'm so excited to play for you. And to be here, I was really sad I couldn't make it in May. Obviously, this is the next best thing.
Great. Well, we're super happy to have you. And that's a very kind of colourful backdrop you've got going on.
My mother's balls. Yeah. I'm at my mother's apartment in Halifax.
Oh, this is going to be fun. I can feel it. Let's welcome our next artist. In the 10 years since winning Best Newcomer at the BBC Radio 2 Folk Awards, this artist has earned a reputation for vivid narrative-driven songwriting and captivating live performances. His fourth album, Home Waters, released during lockdown, has been heralded by R2 magazine as an album of quiet pleasures made by a musician at the top of his game. Broadcasting from Sheffield tonight, it is Sam Carter.
Hi, Christina. Thanks for having me. Lovely to be here.
Hi, Sam. How are you doing?
Christina's, I should say.
Christina.
Yeah, Christina. Yeah, I'm great. Thanks.
Good to see you. Let me introduce you to our third and final artist. She is an award-winning Canadian folk music gem who's much respected for her talent and dedication to the craft of songwriting. Her latest self-produced album, Coyote, is a travelogue through heartbreak, loss, and the joy of life. Broadcasting from Prince Edward Island in Canada, it's CATHERINE MACLELLAN.
Hi, how's it going?
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, although that intro video made me really heartsick for the green note. I really want to be there with you.
Oh, when were you last there?
It's been a few years now, probably, I'd say 4 or 5 years ago.
It's one of those places that just sort of stays with you.
Really does, yeah.
Oh, well, hopefully it won't be too long before we can all be back there.
Yeah.
How are we all doing tonight? On this sort of strange evening that we've got across the world.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
This is a good distraction.
Excellent distraction.
Yeah.
Definitely. Right, for anyone tuning in for the first time tonight, the Virtually Green shows take the form of a writer's round. What that means is that each artist is going to take it in turns to perform a song or a cover of their choice. And in between songs, we're hopefully going to get to hear a little bit about the ideas behind them. We'll do 2 rounds of that, and then we'll take a little break in the middle for everyone to grab a drink and have a little break. And then we will do it again a couple more times. Right, I believe the first artist kicking us off this evening is Christina.
Hi, I'm so excited. And I see some familiar faces in the comments section. Hi, Kyle. Hi, Patrick. And everybody else who I don't know. I'm excited to meet you virtually in this way and hope that it goes beyond this. This is exciting because I've been doing so many, live streams from my home in Port Howe, Nova Scotia with my partner Dale, but never in the round and with friends. We'll chat a bit more later on about this, but we all know each other, so maybe between songs we can give you some intel on how and why. I'm going to start with a song that's supposed to go on a future record, and this one I don't often have write in my dreams, but this song kind of was born coming out of a dream, I suppose, and hearing very clearly sort of a chorus, I guess, the chorus for this, and then having a very powerful visual for what a really dark, depressing music video might look like. And I don't mean to depress you. I think there's, I don't know, y'all can let me know in the comment section, perhaps. I think there's hope in this song. I think it's a conversation between maybe the earth and us as people, and it's a very honest look at what we've been doing, and kind of, I think there's some messages in it. And I wrote this a couple of years ago, and I'm singing it now. I didn't realize that it would have such more, I suppose, potent messages that were pertinent to the times now. So I'm singing it now, really believing it even more. And but I hope it's not so depressing. Let me just give it a go here. Hold on. It's called Stay With Me. Oh. Here we go. I've given you all, and it's all that I've got. Stay with me. Stay with me. I'm keeping busy, 'cause it makes me feel young and wanted. Stay with me. I'm older and wiser, don't let that be bad. Stay with me. Stay with me now. I can make all these things that he's done go away. Stay with me. Stay with me. All the things we've destroyed, and nothing's really changed. Surrounded by poison and plastic, there's nothing left to ruin. I've given you all, and it's all that I've got. Stay with me. Stay with me. Once time was a gift, now it feels like a curse. Stay with me. Stay with me. It's no wonder you're anxious, we should be afraid. Stay with me. Stay with me now. When push comes to shove, we you hand me the shell. Stay with me, stay with me. Once we were made without a plan. I totally forgot the lyrics. Here we go again. Here we go. There was a time and we had it all, and we took it all for granted. Once we could breathe without our masks and without the fear. Hold me now. I can't see past what's been happening to us. Just you pretend you don't see love creeping out, love creeping out. I'm giving you all, and it's all that I've got. Stay with me, stay with me. I'm keeping busy 'cause it makes me feel young and wanted. Stay with me. I'm older and wiser, don't let that be bad. Stay with me, stay with me now. I can't make all these things that he's done go away. Stay with me, stay with me. I look to the stars, they remind me of you. You're with me now, you're always with me. I look to the stars, they remind me of you. You're with me now, you're always with me. Oh, you're with me now, you're always with me. I look to the stars, they remind me of you. You're with me now, you're always with me. I've given you all, and it's all that I've got. Stay with me.
Hey!
Thanks, y'all.
Awesome.
So
Thanks.
beautiful,
A little bit
Christina.
of a fumble there. I was really nervous. What about y'all? Do you sometimes? Sorry, let me turn off my reverb. Come out of a dream, or wake up and go, "Wow, there's a song," or there's something I'm gonna work on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sometimes happens.
Definitely.
Sometimes happens. Yeah. I mean, this thing I'm going to play. That's kind of how this. It's sort of something of a flight of fancy. Like, definitely kind of got lost in some imagery in a kind of a half awake state at some point, and then looked down on the page and had this thing that, suddenly I was a blacksmith.
Oh,
It's
nice.
like, how did that happen?
I can totally see you doing that. Yeah. I mean, don't quit your day job just yet. But.
Well, we've all got to be resilient in these times, haven't we?
Yeah.
Side hustle. It's a big money maker, I hear.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, I'll play a song called The Forge.
Yes.
I grew up where the ground shook to the sound of the smith striking down on the anvil. And I saw my name in the furnace flame when the day came to take up the mantle. Now I'll stoke the fire, oh yes, I'll stoke the fire, and smoke will pour from the chimney, with a myth and a voice as my tools of choice. I'll be down at the forge if you need me. dance around and the talk of the town, 'cause I know what the folks here are after. Turn a phrase just right and it catches the light like a blade in the hands of a master. Now I'll stoke the fire, oh yes, I'll stoke the fire. From far and wide they seek me for a tale so sharp it could puncture the dark. I'll be down at the forge if you need me. One line from me, and the pauper's king of all he sees. One line from me, and the king swinging from the gallows tree. Now the smith's hammer still, and from up on the hill I can take in the sounds in the valley. Every mercy plea, every curse on the breeze is a spark to the cinders inside me. Now I'll stoke the fire, oh yes, I'll stoke the fire, though the work will never be easy. Every true story told turns lead into gold. I'll be down at the forge if you need me. Every true story told turns lead into gold. I'll be down at the forge if you need me.
Awesome. One of my faves, Sam.
Yeah, it's so
Oh,
good.
thanks. Thank you.
I could see you at the Forge. I think.
Yeah.
Do you know what? There's a little in joke with an in crowd of one, which is that my local bakery is called the Forge, and so I'm in there and I'm like, see what I did there?
That's
but
awesome.
nobody else is really in on the joke, so it's
Well, now we all
Yeah,
are.
we all
well, I
are.
suppose you are now, yeah.
There's a lot of people commenting here, folks. This is really cool. People from all over. Berlin,
cool.
Northumberland, Canada. Yeah.
For anybody who hasn't, like, post where you're from, say hello from where you are. That would be great to know who's watching.
Yeah, it would.
We
So
all know
Catherine,
each
what
other.
you got for us?
Oh, yes. No, let's...
Well, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean... No.
No, I'm excited to hear Catherine too, Sam. I don't want to stall, but we do know each other.
Yeah.
This is not this us being here together today is not completely by accident, but the folks at the Green Note didn't exactly know how close we like you two have a history. That sounds really. I don't want to pry. But.
I mean, it's kind of cool when Risa sent a note asking if I wanted to do the show with Sam and Christina. I was like, what? Do you know that we are all connected? And I forgot that Sam and Christina, you two were connected through the Global Music Match, which is amazing.
Yeah.
So we all took part in that, and then so we now kind of. Yeah,
our coach for Global Music Match is watching. I just said, look, Eddie's in the comment section. Yeah.
Hi, Eddie.
Hey.
How you doing?
Yeah. And Sam came over to Canada to do some songwriting with me, and we co-wrote a few songs together, which I still love.
Same.
I wish that the time lapse between us wasn't, allowed us to perform them together. That would be really cool. We'll have to
Could be interesting if we try it.
Yeah, it would be bad, but maybe we should
think about those songs a lot. Yeah, should do it again sometime.
Exactly. Yeah. But I guess I'll do this song. It's a song about being in the moment and just remembering to be grateful, and it's especially tricky these days right now. There's so much going on in the world, and I think it's just a good reminder for me to stay present. You can't control a lot of things externally, but you can control how you look at your days, at least. When you're having a good one. So my therapist tells me.
Good therapist, need the number.
She is awesome.
We'll post the number in the comment section.
Yeah. She's going to be very busy.
There's somebody who's not one line of profession not out of work at the moment.
Yeah.
That and people who make beer.
Absolutely. Yo, we're in the wrong business. No.
All right. I'm going to do this. It's called Waiting on My Love. And if any of you are interested and want to go down the YouTube rabbit hole, this is, I made a video for this. It was my first ever dance video. I can't really dance, but I found all these old archival footage from dishwasher commercials and car commercials from the 50s and 60s. And it was really a joy to make. So anyway, I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. This is called Waiting on My Love. One foot in front of the other, that's how we must go. One step ahead of the next and we'll get there nice and slow. See, I've been waiting all of my life just to be with you right now. Let's not waste a minute of this, it could all let go somehow. I've been waiting on my love, yes I have. I've been waiting on my love. Two little birds go flying high up in the sky. Two little tears come rolling, falling from your eyes. And I never promised you there would be no pain, but I can promise you that it's worth it just the same. I've been waiting on my love, yes I have. I've been waiting on my love. I've been waiting on my love, yes I have. I've been waiting on my love. Oh, 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 Some things in life we win, some things we lose. Some things in life are given to us, other things we choose. I found a gift in you that cannot be replaced. I hope that you know you are welcome here to stay. I've been waiting on my love, yes I have. I've been waiting on my love. I've been waiting on my love, yes I have. I've been waiting on my love. Oh, 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 oh,
Yay!
Yay! I like that we're our own audience, at least.
Yeah.
Self-sufficient.
You know, 2 claps is better than none.
I'm into it.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
That's a
That
lot of
made me feel very happy and.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've done any Zoom gigs, guys, where you get those where the audience kind of is unmuted and allowed to clap at the end of the gigs, and it's like great, like it's great, it's a great thing to hear. I don't want to belittle it, but then once it comes through like internet compression, all that stuff, it kind of has this sound of like,
yeah,
and it kind of sounds like
Yeah.
I just had this vision of like fish slapping against the, like, that had been kind of put on the deck of a ship with
yeah,
dumped.
gross. So
Yes.
you developed an adverse reaction to
I think
what
I did,
once
yeah.
was positive and affirming now just makes you feel gross.
Yeah, welcome
I've-
to my brain.
I've gotten used to like feeling trying to like I get a lot from the comment section and just
too.
it's pretty cool. Like I'm loving reading everybody here. Make comments from YouTube and Facebook and just fill us up, folks. Like tell us your dirty little secrets and what you've been doing in COVID to keep you maybe ideas, or I love hearing what other people are doing to stay, healthy, sane, whatever's working for you. Any interesting, unique ideas out there? I would have loved to have put out a record by now, but we were talking, Catherine, yesterday on Instagram Live, and haven't really gotten around to that, but...
Not yet.
No, not yet, yeah. However, I did have some stuff in the vault, so put out 2 live albums, and this next song I'm going to do is the title track for one of them, and we released this in 2015, this album. It was a big deal for me because I was putting more into it, just not letting up until I got what I wanted out of it in the studio, and then was working on the live thing. We brought the band to Europe. We played the John Peel Center in the UK and with Vinnie Peculiar, and did some other shows around the UK, and yeah, that's just, so when I'm gonna play it, I'm just gonna think of that and how fun it was. And it's a song about having faith when you don't know what's gonna happen next. It's called "It'll Be All Right." Here we go. I don't even smoke, but I smoke with you. I don't even drink. When we drink, it feels good. Everything was done by the book for love. Throw it all away in a floating moment. Oh, this hold you've got on me, I have let myself recede. I'm no longer here in charge. You convince me, and it'll be alright. Oh, 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 oh. I don't even lie, but I lied for you. Tried to close my eyes and just ride this through. Everything was done by the book for love. I cast my life away for your thrilling touch. Oh, this hold you got on me, I have let myself recede. I'm no longer here in charge. You convince me it'll be alright. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, oh. Don't turn me down tonight. We don't have many other nights. Would love to walk, fall asleep and ignore. I think you know I'll be back for more. Don't you turn me down tonight. We don't have would love to walk, fall asleep and ignore. But I think you know I'll be back for more. Oh, oh, oh. I think you know, I think you know. Oh, oh, oh. I think you know, I think you know. Oh, this hold you've got on me, I have let myself recede. I'm no longer here in charge.
voice sounds amazing, Christina.
Yeah.
Thank you. It comes from a place of pain.
Sorry, that's not funny.
It's a good thing, I think. I mean, it doesn't always. It doesn't, especially anymore, so that's good too. But yeah, it's nice. Touring has just been the best thing for developing my vocals for sure, and just the night after night, 40 shows in 2 or 3 months or whatever, and 2-hour sets, just yourself. And I mean, I just like listen back to my first albums, which I cannot really do, but if I have to for some reason, my voice is so thin, and it's nice to get some calluses in there, and I miss that about touring. Just I feel a little weak right now in that department, I suppose. It's not as exciting rehearsing and playing for yourselves. I don't know what y'all find.
Absolutely. It's definitely not the same.
No.
Harder to keep match fit, I think.
Yeah.
When there's no matches.
Do you guys do that when you're singing a song? Like, it's like, you're really like, okay, I'm having a conversation, but then it just seems it's so hard to have that conversation when it's just yourself in a room. And it's hard to replicate it, It's just, now that I'm talking about it, I'm getting really excited about getting back on the road and doing more of these.
People always were like, I wish I could see her in her living room. And now everyone can see it. So there's an upside.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think about the fact that maybe even 10 years ago, like, this wouldn't be happening. Broadband sucked, didn't it? So none of us could have probably managed to do this live streaming thing. So
it's true.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to sing you a song that comes from my latest album, which is called Home Waters, that I put out during lockdown in May, and it's kind of an album about finding a sense of belonging in unsettled times, which I think I didn't really, obviously didn't have an idea of the full kind of nature of how unsettled times would be by the time the album came out, and but I guess the sense of belonging is kind of even more needed. But this particular one's a song I wrote about. It's a story that I kind of came up with to do with loss, and it's kind of set in the Peak District, and now I live in Sheffield. The Peak District is like a big part of my recreational, like headspace getting place. It's my kind of respite place, and it's a very, very beautiful area, and it's significant to a lot of people. And there's one particular spot not that far from Sheffield called Surprise View, and there's a beautiful view out over the Hope Valley. You climb up this kind of big hill, and I'd had some kind of friends that had gone through some kind of, gone through loss recently, and that was kind of playing on my mind. And then this place was, was somewhere I kept going back to, and I came up with this, this character that developed in my head that isn't me. I'm kind of in character as this kind of older guy who's lost his wife, and they were kind of avid walkers, and they to kind of remember her and kind of evoke her every year, the guy goes back to Surprise View, which was kind of like their special place that they went to all the time, to kind of feel her presence as strongly as he possibly can, as he's going through the kind of grieving process. So I don't really need to play the song now, do I? I just told you everything it's about.
That's beautiful, though.
Yeah,
I'm curious. I am curious.
All right, well, this worked. Okay, so this is called Surprise View. On Surprise View, on a clear day, when the sky opens wide,
I can almost hear her breathing by my side. So I come here every summer, and I walk on till I stand where we'd lay down in the heather, where I asked for her hand. And it's how I'll always see her, in a pair of walking boots, soaking in the morning sun, up on Surprise View. Now her old boots line the hallway, gathering dust, laces loose, in the same place since the day she heard the news. Well, I was shaking and the sunrise was the last thing on my mind. But she asked me if I'd drive her to Surprise View one last time. And it's how I'll always see her, in a pair of walking boots, soaking in the morning sun, up on Surprise View. As the sun sinks and I'm leaving, I think back to those days. Though she's gone now, she's not missing, 'cause I know where she stays.
Another life where I might be a good music student, I should be taking guitar lessons from you. Steve Cochran, he's seen you play in Canada, and Steve and Rosie are watching, and he's commenting on what an incredible guitar player you are. Love the sound, he says. And thanks for all your comments, everybody.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Keep them coming.
Yeah, great. We've seen people from everywhere. Nottingham, Sweden, Netherlands.
I love that someone's name is Halloweena Pumpkina. Oh, man.
I love that, too.
And it's
thank you.
Curious. Is that your real name? Because I dig it.
You just never know.
Damn, I got to change it now, they say.
No, don't. Don't change. Don't change for us. Don't change for anybody.
No, be authentic. It's cool. I changed with this season. Sorry, go ahead.
I always love, Sam, how the way that you can spin a story in a song. It's really a beautiful thing. And
thank you. Likewise, Catherine. Yeah, and Christina. Yeah.
Oh, wait, was that a sigh of you're going to take us somewhere dark?
Yeah. Have you got a story for us? Do we need to? Yeah. Are we going to roll with the kind of the dark?
Yeah, you want a story?
Should I put the tissue out?
Yeah. Anybody need a tissue?
Yeah, I've got them.
I had my tear ducts out, you know.
Drained?
Yeah. No, just had them amputated.
Well, this song kind of reminds me a bit of the time that I got to spend with you, Sam, and you and Chris, my guitar player and partner at the time, really got off talking about guitar a lot.
We did.
And like playing guitar. It was really a beautiful time, and I felt like this kind of nerdy person who was like, I want to be able to play tunes, but I don't actually know how. And I spent a lot of time for different reasons, but like learning some Irish tunes. And this next song came from an Irish tune called The Tempest, and it's a song by the same name. But awesome. It's kind of strange because I live on Prince Edward Island on the east coast of Canada in the North Atlantic, and I've never really written songs about the ocean or about people who, you know, interact with the ocean on a daily basis. So I ended up kind of by accident writing this song to this tune. And I always sing it for the fishermen of PEI and the Maritimes because, you know, it's really hard work making your living off the ocean. And I really enjoy seafood. So I'm glad that they do it. But at the same time, you know, in our local news, there has been a big fight between the fishermen here and the indigenous fishermen who are fisher people who are trying to just make a meager living off of the ocean. And yeah. Anyway, it's been a strange time, and I guess tonight I'll sing this in solidarity with the Mi'kmaq fishers. This is called The Tempest. How far from shore, my love? How far from shore, my love, has the wind carried me? How far from shore, my love? How far from shore, my love, has the wind carried me? Oh, watch the wildest waves. Oh, watch the wildest waves carry me away from you. Oh, watch the wildest waves. Oh, watch the wildest waves carry me away from you. Oh, watch the wildest waves fall on us by light and moon. Oh, pray the sun to rise and winds to die down soon. If I ever make it back to shore, I know just what I'll do. I will never let the wind or waves take me away from you. How shall I return? How shall I return to you, my dearest love? How shall I return? How shall I return to you, my dearest love? Oh, watch the wildest waves fall on us by light and moon. Oh, pray the sun to rise and winds to die down soon. If I ever make it back to shore, I know just what I'll do. I will never let the wind or waves take me away from you. Oh, watch the wildest waves fall on us by light and moon. Oh, pray the sun to rise and winds to die down soon. If I ever make it back to shore, I know just what I'll do. I will never let the wind or waves take me away from you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, fine guitar playing there too. Yeah.
Sweet.
That was for you, Sam.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very
thanks.
Thank
Brilliant.
you guys.
Hi guys, what a gorgeous first part of the evening. So nice, a real tonic to what's I'm sure been quite a stressful day for everyone. Have you guys enjoyed it so far?
It's been great.
Oh, us, yes.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
Yeah, this is fun. This is
Oh no,
definitely-
I can tell everyone else is enjoying it. Like you said, there's comments coming from all over the place. I saw someone in Norway, someone in Brazil, Sweden, Germany, Glasgow.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it seems like there's quite a crowd and everyone seems to be really enjoying it this evening. I will leave you guys now to have a little break. This is the point where you can have a few moments just to kind of go and grab a drink if you need to. So you've got about 5 minutes. I will say bye to you guys one at a time. Goodbye, Christina Martin.
Goodbye.
They cut her off there. Goodbye to Sam Carter.
Bye.
And goodbye to Catherine Maclellan.
See ya.
Great. Well, right now we're going to hear from the founders and owners of Green Note who can fill us in on all the latest updates. It is the wonderful Imi and Risa. Hi, Imi. You're muted.
I am muted. I'm now
There
off
you are.
mute.
Hey, Christina, hear me? Hey,
How are you
everyone.
doing?
Yeah,
Oh.
good. It's
Yeah,
been-
as you
this is
said,
a-
this is perfect tonic to a crazy day and not very much sleep.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
look
Yeah,
into
well said.
results and things.
Lovely. All right.
Yeah,
Well, I'll pass it over to you.
Another wonderful lineup, eh?
Yeah, really
really,
beautiful.
really great tonight. It is really nice when they surprise us with their different connections. I always feel like it's such a small world.
I know. I think it is within this
Mm.
artistic musical community.
So we
Folk
have
music,
our
Americana and stuff.
exactly. We have Risa and I always come in at half time to do our usual announcements,
Half-time
just to let you know a
announcement.
few things that you need to know about Virtually Green Note.
Yeah, and I can see there's a lot of new people tonight. So welcome if this is your first Virtually Green Note. For those of you who are regulars, feel free to just go top up your drinks because I'm sure you've heard this before. But if you're new, please do stick around. We just wanted to let you know how these shows run and yeah, that sort of thing. So we're here twice a week, every Wednesday and Friday night at 8 p.m. UK time. So please do join us again. We always have a lineup of 3 different artists, and it's a really brilliant way of discovering new music. So if you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is down that way, the other way,
Just underneath.
just
Me?
underneath. And then you'll hear about what shows we have coming up. And but even if you don't know the artists, just join us, and it's definitely you'll discover some great new music. We're on all the social media, so please do follow us there. YouTube, as we've just shown you, and everywhere it's Green Note Music is our media handle. Apart from Twitter, it's just Green Note, so you should find us there. And the shows are live for a week afterwards, so if you want to catch up again and watch the show again, or you've got music loving friends who you want to spread the word to, please do spread the word. It's you'll find them on our YouTube page a week for the next week. So and we also have a mailing list. So if you go to, I think we'll try and post it in our
I just did.
post it in
I just
our
posted the link.
in the chat. But yeah, please join our mailing list. We don't spam you. We just send 2 emails out a month, but you'll find out what's going on with these shows, and also with our little venue in Camden, which is closed. It's been closed since March, so not much going on right now. Although we do actually have a couple of streams as part of the jazz festival coming up, which are being streamed from the venue. So that's
So
check out the website.
The EFT London Jazz Festival,
Yeah,
which
the
runs
London.
every November. It runs every November, and Green Note has been part of it, I don't know, for the last 10 years or so.
Something like that, yeah.
So now we're going to be part of it still in a virtual kind of way.
Exactly. So yeah, if you're a jazz fan, please do check out our website, and you can get links to all of that. And that's coming up in the next week and the week after. But Virtually Green Note will still be carrying on. So we're not going anywhere though.
Every Wednesday and Friday we're here.
But yeah, it's most fun to watch it live because you get to chat and just know that we're all sharing this experience right now. But yeah, if you do miss it, you can catch up. I saw in the chat there's someone's first gig is a little 4-month-old who's it's her first gig tonight. So welcome. It's
4-month-old. Or someone else commented that it was their first gig because they don't like going to noisy venues, and that this was
Yeah,
a
I
really
saw that too.
nice way to watch live music. So
It's
good to hear that sort of thing. You know, we're adapting to the times, and it's nice to know that, you know, we're also reaching some new people through this.
Yeah.
And we're actually going into another lockdown, aren't we? In England this evening
Tonight, yeah.
from midnight. So I think these shows might become, you know, they're more important if people can't go out. So we're going to keep going.
Yeah.
Yes, and just a few words for those of you who haven't watched before, just so you know how we run the shows. They're not ticketed. They're donation based. So we ask you that if you can and if you're able to please make a donation via our PayPal link, which I just am posting in the comments section. But if you're not, yeah, you can also find it on our website, on our YouTube and Facebook pages. So that's the easiest way to donate. But if you don't have PayPal, just drop us an email and we can find another way for you to contribute. The recommended donation is £10 per show, but anything you can manage is welcome and appreciated. So just whatever you feel like giving and can give. Thank you, yes. And the donations for each show are divided 4 ways, and that's between the 3 artists who are playing the show, and the last quarter goes to Green Note towards our running costs of the shows and keeping our wonderful behind the scenes team, towards supporting them.
We do have a really great team. So.
We do, yeah. It's quite a big team, and we kind of rotate who's involved in which roles. So there's a lot of Green Note involved for these shows, keeping the spirit alive.
Yeah, exactly.
And we do have some great lineups coming up in the next couple of weeks. Do you want to mention a couple, Reese?
Yeah, we've got Chris Difford coming up. I think is that next week or the week after. Squeeze. And
on the 11th of November.
11th of November, sharing
the bill with Izzy Yardley, who is a new discovery for us. But Reese, I just found out she's a housemate of one of our bartenders.
Oh, really?
So
she's also the housemate of a musician that plays at Green Note.
Small world.
That's fun.
And Zach Hobbs, who's the grandson of Richard and Linda Thompson, will also be sharing that bill. He's wonderful as well. As you can imagine, folk royalty.
Yeah. And we've got Amy Spees this Friday. We've got Amy Spees, Angel Snow, and Tom Chacon. So it's an American, 3 American artists. That should be another great one. And we've just added a couple more to the website. We've got Resonant Rogues, Harrow Fair, also from Canada, and another new discovery for us, and Anya Hickel, she sounds amazing as well. So looking forward to that. And also not added to the website, so you're hearing it here first, but we've just confirmed it today, is Sam Lee, Lucy Farrell, and Rowan
Reinigans.
That's a tongue twister, but yeah, Rowan Reinigans.
3 wonderful folk artists, British folk artists.
British folk artists. So yeah, that's at the end of the month. But yeah, just keep an eye on our website, or don't, just put it in your diaries, 8 o'clock UK time every Wednesday and Friday, and I'm sure you really won't be disappointed if this is the kind of music you're into. It's always special. So
yeah,
join us again.
Yes.
Shall we get back to the music?
Let's do that.
Cool. Enjoy.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Great.
Thanks,
Let's
Christina.
get back to the music. I'll see you guys soon.
See
you soon.
Great. Let's bring back our artists. First up, Christina Martin. Are you there?
I'm here. Yeah. Hi.
And Sam Carter. There
Hello.
you are.
Hi. How
Hi,
you doing?
Sam. And Catherine Mclellan.
Hey there.
Hello. How are we feeling? We all rested and ready for round 2?
Yeah.
Very good.
Totes, y'all. I've really enjoyed the break, watching you, hearing you talk about the gigs and the artists. This is really exciting. You mentioned
really
something pretty cool too, that there are a lot of people who don't actually get to go out to like clubs, and they're really valuing these like well done live streams. And And I have some fans who have, shared with me, that they, even sometimes people who have social anxiety. So it's like, they're quite all inclusive, and some people have commented it's not too loud. Like, people really appreciate this avenue for
Imi and
connection.
Risa, they've done an amazing job, and also all the guys behind the scenes that do, that you don't see or hear. They do a good job of putting everything together. Yeah. All right. Well, Christina, I think you are first up for taking us on to round 2.
Alrighty. I'm gonna start this set with a song again from the It'll Be Alright album, and as I said in the first set, we put out. I released the live It'll Be Alright 2015 last month in October for Bandcamp Friday, and so it's up there. We also released a live Impossible to Hold in May. That was out in 2018, and we recorded these bigger release shows that we did back home in Canada, here actually in Halifax, and so it was nice to have that in the vault, even though I had planned to release them like for the 20-year anniversary. It was great to be able to mix them, and my partner Dale mixed them and put them out. And this one I'm going to play because it reminds me of touring. It's definitely one of those songs that's got stories from the road, particularly the Netherlands. We really loved, we love all the places we tour, but this one has some particular stories tied to it. And was really fortunate that before we did have to come home from our tour this year, mid-March, we did get to go to Amsterdam again, which is one of the cities that I've, of course, fallen in love with, and I never have enough time there. And for anybody who travels a lot for work, oftentimes you don't get to see all the sights, and there's always like a longing to go back and experience more, and that's kind of how I feel about a lot of the cities, especially Amsterdam. So we got to go in, although things were kind of shutting down and people were being very careful, so we didn't really get to really experience it. So I still need to go back. It's all, and this is a love song for a place. It's called The Puppet Museum. Last time I saw you was the first time I loved you, just like my old wedding band. I walked alongside your crowds, poisoned by chatterbox. How many songs have they written about you? All in Paris, New York, or Venice. How many women and men played hungry to game with you, picked up your accent, take you back home. The sex and the money, exchanges with honey. 5,000 puppets dance nightly on rooftops, yeah. You dreamed to release them in your puppet museum. You said people will pay to see my display. More than Paris, New York, or Venice. How many women and men played hungry to game with you, picked up your accent, take you back home. I'm drinking French tea at the Outer de Mise. You and I, we both know it's time. I'm taking the smell of rain and your promise of no more pain. If only in my mind I swear I'll come back before Paris, New York, or Venice. How many women and men paid hungry to game with you, pick up your accent, take you back home. I dream of you nightly, I ration your coffee. When will I see you city of my heart. Oh, then Paris, New York, oh, Venice. How many women and men played hungry the game with you? Picked up your ex and take you back home. More than Paris, New York, or Venice. How many women and men played hungry the game with you? They pick up your ex and take you back home.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Was that a real puppet museum that you went to?
No, actually, we did go to a puppet museum in Germany this year that didn't end up really being a puppet museum. But no, that was I was playing at the Bulldog Hotel. It was my first gig in Amsterdam, and they put us in a corner and gave us 2 nights. Put us in a corner to play. Gave us 2 nights accommodation, fed us. Nobody was listening. There were 40 television sets with soccer games on while we were playing. But I was talking to the manager after, and I remember getting to the point where we were, kind of not talking about surface stuff. And I was like, what's your passion? You want to be manager here for the rest of your life? I mean, it's fine if you do. It's cool. It's a cool, pretty smoky place, but whatever. And he said, no, I have. And this was like a tough guy. Like, he had like this really like slick Italian fancy suit, and his hair was slicked back, and I just thought he looked like really street smart, and he was like, no, I have 5,000 puppets at home in my closet, and I want to open a puppet museum.
Wow.
And that came out in the song when I got back from that tour. Yeah, so there is a puppet museum there that we have not been to. Again, need to get back.
This is really funny because there's a guy at the coffee shop that I go to quite regularly, and similar, we got we had surface chat, and then got chatting a little bit more. I was like, what's your thing? And he was like, oh, I'm a puppeteer.
Awesome.
So there you go.
That's cool.
So maybe there's some kind of maybe we should put these people in touch. Maybe something can.
Yeah, I know a master puppeteer also here in Nova Scotia. So yeah, we can get them all together. Maybe the Green Note can do a special puppet series.
We could end it with some awesome music videos, guys. I think.
Changing the format, yeah.
That's such a great idea. Oh, okay.
It is, and
filing that.
Yeah,
away.
it is.
I think it's my secret dream to have a video that's kind of like the Dark Crystal for one of my songs.
Ooh.
You seen that?
Yeah.
It'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Amazing.
I might have to save up.
I know somebody who could help.
Really?
Well, you do
God.
too. You do too. So.
Well, I do. You're right. I do. Yeah.
We've talked about this. Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Well, I know somebody. Right. What you got for us, Sam?
Well, are we doing this cover thing? Are we doing this? Is that what we're doing?
Oh,
now?
that's
or are we
happening.
doing that later?
We're doing. You can do it now or later. I don't think
Yeah,
there's anybody can. No
Like,
one's gonna kick you out if you do it.
Well,
now.
I think I'm gonna do. I'll do. Because the lovely people of Green Note asked if we would do a cover.
Mm-hmm.
So I just got to say, I have a lot of love for the Green Note. I think I first played there probably in 2005 or 2006. Whoa. A really long time ago when I was just getting my stuff together, and and then ever since, kind of on various tours and bits and pieces, and I had some great nights there. It's such a great venue. So yeah, I'm going to play a thing. It's tenuous to call this a cover, really, but if it is a cover, it's a cover of Tennyson, and it's a poem that was set to music by an American banjo player called Rainy Arbo, and 2005 was when we first opened. Yeah, I think I was there. How soon after that was Stephen Siobhan running the nights, the More Story 4s? Because that was when I was, that was kind of, I think that might have been 2006. There we go. Okay, so I thought it was 2005, 2006. Cool. Mm-hmm. That's when I was there. Anyway, so this is, sorry, I was just looking at the comments while we're doing this, and Yeah, so it's a poem that was set to music by Rainy Arbo, and it was Tennyson specified this should be the last thing in any anthology of his work that was put together. So it's kind of like a bit of a signing off kind of a song, which means I should probably play it last, but sod it, like whatever. Come at me. This is called Crossing the Bar. Sunset and evening star, and one clear call for me. May there be no moaning of the bar when I put out to sea. When I put out to sea. When I put out to sea. May there be no moaning of the bar when I put out to sea. Twilight and evening bell, and after that the dark. May there be no sadness of farewell when I embark. When I embark. When I embark. May there be no sadness of farewell when I embark. Such a tide as moving seems asleep, too full for sound and foam, when that which drew from out the boundless deep turns again home. Turns again home. Turns again home, when that which drew from out the boundless deep turns again home. Oh, oh, oh. From out a bourne of time and place, the flood may bear me far. I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar. When I have crossed the bar. When I have crossed the bar. I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar. When I have crossed the bar. When I've crossed the bar, I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar.
Woo! Awesome.
Thank you. Yeah.
I feel like wooing a lot.
Woo.
I'm like, wow. Ow. Oh, that's great, Sam.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
I just saw in the comments that Tom in Sweden said he saw us at the Cecil Sharp House. That was that was a fun time. And if I had been thinking, I would have remembered that we had done a cover together then as well.
Sam Cooke, right?
Yeah. It was so good, and forever since then, I love that song so much. And
Same.
I've covered it with some friends here in PEI, and it's just, oh man, so good.
Great.
But I'm not going to do that song right now. I thought I would do this very Canadian cover, I think. And one that seems to never quite be like out of date. It's always an important, I think, for me, it's an important song. It's a Joni Mitchell song. I haven't played it in a while, so I'm gonna remember it. It's gonna be great. Got this. You guys have to sing along at home. Pave paradise and put up a parking lot with a pink hotel, a boutique, and a swinging hot spot. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? Pave paradise and put up a parking lot. They took all the trees, put them in a tree museum, and they charged all the people $1.50 just to see them. But don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? Pave paradise and put up a parking lot. But hey, farmer, put away your DDT now. Give me spots on my apples, but leave me the birds and the bees. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? Pave paradise and put up a parking lot. Late last night, heard the screen door slam, and a big yellow taxi took away my old man. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? Pave paradise and put up a parking lot. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? Pave paradise and put up a parking lot. Yeah, they paved paradise and put up a parking lot. Yeah, they paved paradise and put up a parking lot. Oh, thanks, guys.
Hey!
Woo! Woo! Very
Stone
cool.
cold bang.
Can you translate, Sam?
It means it was very good.
Thanks.
Very cool. Wow. Oh, I should have picked a sing-along for my cover. But I didn't. I have to thank my mom for letting me take over her apartment because my internet is so horrible in Port Howe. Thanks, Mom. She's in the other room. She's also, like locked in her room for hours. Just thank you, Mom. I really appreciate it.
Very local lockdown.
Yeah, I know. I did select a cover that was really special to me, and I'll tell you why. So an old friend of mine recently passed away, and he and his wife had such an impact. Talk about milestone, pivotal moments and people in your life. And when I was 19, I moved to Austin, Texas, and I lived with a family as their au pair, the Oswald family. And Kim and George were at the head of that family, and it was an incredible experience living with them. I learned a lot. Just by being a part of their family and really feeling that. A family that was so different than mine as well. And over the years, I took things from that experience of living with them and applied it to when I was working with other families. And I don't know, living with them made me want to look after myself and be a better person. And Kim was the one who gifted me a book called The Artist's Way. Catherine, we've talked about this book a lot. That changed my life. And George was, he handed me a cassette tape when I moved to Austin, and it was a compilation of live recordings from a lot of musicians from Austin, and like Casey Crowley and Sean Colvin. And one of the songs on it was a cover of a Paul Westerberg song, and I didn't know that it was a Paul Westerberg song. I just thought it was just a Sean Colvin song, and fell in love with her music as a result. But it really, that cassette tape that he gave me and just encouraged me to listen to these artists, made me go out in Austin and listen to these artists, made me want to be able to tell stories and do that thing that they did. And that's where I cut my teeth in the Austin music scene for years and did my first record down there. But this song was, and George and Kim, the Oswald family, this one's for them and for George, for his love of music and his dedication to his community and his family, and one of the coolest dudes I've ever met. So this is a song called Even Here We Are. I don't know if there are any Paul Westerberg fans out there. If there are, let me know, because I'm betting that there may not be too many, but So it's one of the covers that I learned and played for years and years and years. And so I'm going to try to do a cross between Sean's and Paul's version here. It's a beautiful flower in your garden, but the most beautiful by far is the one growing wild in the garbage dump. Even here we are. Even here we are. Song of a bird way up in the sky, but the most beautiful by far is the scream of a man who never learned to fly. Even here we are. Even here we are. Sun shines bright, it's a beautiful sight, but the most beautiful by far is a blind girl alone with the angel of the night. Even here we are. Even here we are. It's a beautiful flower in your garden, but the most beautiful by far is one growing wild in the garbage dump. Even here we are. Even here we are. Thanks, George and Kim and all the Oswald family in Austin.
That's beautiful.
That's great.
My mom was here. She just said, "Hi, Catherine."
Oh, she said,
"Hi, Mom."
Ho, Catherine.
Oh.
Oh.
I think she meant hi. Unless that's a PEI thing. Ho. Hey, ho.
Yeah, it's PEI slang for hi.
Hey, Judith. Look at all the comments.
Just checking out some comments here.
Yeah, distracting in a great way. Thank you, everybody, for commenting and being here and supporting.
So great.
Yeah,
I
Green
like
Note
this one.
virtually.
Just checked Google to see who wrote the song. That was Big Yellow Taxi. He said it was a song by Counting Crows with a picture of Joni Mitchell.
That's
hooray for the internet.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never trust
Speaks
anything
volumes.
on the internet.
This is sort of a sidetrack, but I was on a long time ago. I was on a cruise ship, and there was a pamphlet promoting where the cruise line was going, and there was a section for Canada, and the ship was sailing to Sydney, Cape Breton, and there was a picture of Sydney, Australia. There was the Opera House, and I was like, people are gonna be perhaps a little confused, maybe a little disappointed once they arrive. Although there's a giant fiddle there in the harbor of Sydney, Cape Breton, so maybe not. But anyway, I digress.
Hi, Catherine's mum.
Bye.
Right, I'll sing a song. All
right.
I'm going to sing a London song in honour of the Green Note and my former home city. I'm going to sing quite a dark song about London, but I'm going to sing a song about London nonetheless.
Were you born in London?
No, I was born in the East Midlands, so I've gone a bit south and a bit north, and Well, this is called Yellow Sign. On a November day, in an East End cafe, there's a fight kicking off to the right of me. Well, I've half a mind to hurt you, he cries, but I don't want the world and his wife to see. And he's dragged that girl outside with his arms around her. There's a yellow sign where they found her, 'cause there was some other man she'd hit on. Now she's barely alive. What a secret to try and sit on, one you know you shouldn't have to hide. Well, it's a year to the day since they put him away. Yeah, he's down for a 10 stretch at best, and she goes every week just to hear her lover speak. But there's the one thing he can't get off his chest. And then she forced his hand, showed him a letter. She said, I hope you sent my love when you met her, 'cause there was some other girl he'd hit on. Yeah, he's as guilty as sin. What a secret to try and sit on when you've nothing you can keep it in. And if ever they meet, when he's back on the street, who knows if the calf will still be there, and will she still believe in that sinner's reprieve, that in love as in war that all is fair. If all he's on is his best behaviour, and she's holding her tongue, they can clear up the bad blood later. For now they'll sit and watch it run. For now they'll sit and watch it run.
Oh, that totally woke me up. I feel like I just took a hit of speed or something. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Way to
That's
go.
an awesome song.
Thank you very much.
I love, somebody just said it was their first songwriter circle in a long time, and me too. I
Yeah.
love this idea.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody at the Green Note, for making this happen. It's
These
so
are
cool.
so fun.
I guess I have the last song.
You do.
And I was going to play something different, and then my mom came online. And so I thought I would do this song for her. She may be gone already.
She said hi, Sam and Christina. She might still. I think she's still. Are you still
she's
watching,
still here.
Judith?
It doesn't matter. I'm going to do the song now anyway.
We want to hear it. Yeah.
Because this is, so much attention in my life and my career has been about my dad and my dad's music. He was a songwriter also, so I've been very lucky to follow in his footsteps. But my mom, she's also amazing. She's a really incredible human who leads always with her heart, and that's the thing she taught me was to be heart forward, I guess. When you have to make a hard decision in life, always lead with your heart, and she does that day in, day out, and I love her so much. I'm so proud of her. And this song is actually about her mom, who grew up in the sort of in the prairies, also in northern Manitoba, so right 7 hours north of Winnipeg. It's very cold there. It's a mining town. And this was a long time ago. So I started getting all these stories about my grandmother and her growing up, and how she met my grandfather and how they ended up in PEI. And I won't bore you with the story because it's a long one, but some other time I'll tell you more about it. But my grandmother was really kind of a kick-ass lady. She was the kind of grandma you didn't mess with, but she liked to have a good time. And after raising 6 kids, moving across back and forth across the country, because my grandfather was in the Air Force, she decided once all the kids were pretty much gone, she was like, I'm going to start having a good time now. I'm going to play cards, I'm going to curl, I'm going to drink, I'm going to smoke.
There you go. It's a good time to do it.
Pretty awesome. I was like, some good life lessons there.
So when did you start?
Yeah. She did stop smoking, but she liked to have a glass of wine. Anyway, so this is for her. This is for my mom too, and for all the grannies out there. It's been a hard time, I think, for a lot of older folks who are even more isolated than many of us. So, sending my love out to all of you. And this is called "Tell Me, Luella," I think, if I remember how it goes. Tell me, Luella, tell me, where have you gone? Tell me, Luella, tell me, where have you gone? Are you walking that golden highway home? Are you walking that golden highway home? The toughest little gal to ever leave the She traveled east to watch the rising sun. She's left us now and she ain't coming back this way. She's left us now and she ain't coming back this way. Last time that I saw her,
So tell me, Luella, tell me where have you gone? Tell me, Luella, tell me where have you gone? Are you walking that golden highway home? Are you walking that golden highway home? No one knew for certain she was leaving, but somehow each of us, we did know. When the flood is coming, you head for higher ground. When the flood is coming, you head for higher ground. So tell me, Luella, tell me where have you gone? Tell me, Luella, tell me where have you gone? Are you walking that golden highway home? Are you walking that golden highway home? Are you walking that golden highway home? Are you walking that golden highway home?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yay! That was a beautiful tribute. Oh. That was fun.
Yeah. Let's do it again tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can't.
Same time, same place.
We can't, you guys. The Green Note has a lot of really awesome musicians that's keeping them busy. So we have to wait our turn.
Fine then.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Next year?
You can come back and do it tomorrow if you want to.
Okay. Mom,
We
I'm
don't-
staying another night, Mom.
We don't have anything on tomorrow night. No, that was such a gorgeous show. Really, really enjoyed it. I hope you guys did as well.
It was
Yeah, it
really
was so fun.
It's a pleasure. It's great fun. Thank you.
It was really, really lovely. I want to ask you guys a little bit about what you are up to. But before I do that, I just want to remind our listeners that, as Imi and Risa mentioned earlier, these shows are not ticketed, they're donation based. So if you're watching tonight, I like to ask you to make a donation if you're able to via the PayPal link. As they mentioned earlier, we suggest an amount of £10, but whatever you're able to give will be really appreciated. The donation is divided 4 ways. That's between these 3 artists that you've heard tonight and the running of these live shows. I think the support really does mean a lot to all of us at this time. So before we go, Christina, what are you up to at the moment? And how can our fans best stay up to date with everything that you've got going on?
Well, I'm always dreaming and scheming. I'm actually releasing a Christmas single this Friday, which might make some people cringe, but some people are ready for it.
I'm ready for that.
I'm into it. So that's coming out on Friday, and a video that my friend Sela made from Austin, Texas, so it's a really fun, uplifting little piece. And always on Patreon, and I'm growing the Patreon supporters has been really helping me stay working. And I've been having fun planting trees for each new patron that signs up and naming the trees after each. Sam, you have a tree on my property, an honorary. I planted a tree for all my global music match.
Really?
Yeah, you and all the rest of our team. So
That's
they're all
such a
kinda
great idea.
in the same.
Yeah.
Well, I think planting trees is like one of the easiest ways we can help save the planet. We need to do it more on a bigger scale.
Are you planting them on your own property, or are you kind of guerrilla gardening and going out into the middle of somewhere and just
surprise? No, we have 7.5 acres in.
Oh, wow,
And
okay.
we're mowing these paths. So and it's really I love the idea. I mean, I can't forget that I can't do this alone. We none of us do any of anything alone. And so as I'm watching the trees grow, it's just keeping me mindful that I have these patrons. It's important that I do my work and that they're out there supporting me and find value in what I do as an artist. So I'm on Patreon. Check that out, Christina Martin. And Just working on towards a new record. That's going to be a while, but yeah.
Are you finding that you've been quite creative at the moment, or are you guys that you're not in lockdown over there, are you?
We're not, but masks have been mandatory in Nova Scotia since May, I believe June, and I am one of the very, very maybe more anal individuals when it comes to. I'm just pretending that everybody has it and staying as safe as I can and probably pushing my paranoia onto other people here. But creative in lots of ways. Like, I mean, Catherine and I talked about this yesterday too. It's really been hard because when we got back from tour, I hit the ground running trying to figure out finances and how we're going to reinvigorate our business model now that we can't do we don't earn revenue the way we did before. It's completely different now. And so that's taken a lot of time but I've been writing, and it's slow moving, slower than I'd like, but we've been creating content, working on projects with other creators. There's been some funding, thankfully, we could tap into to work with other creators on some projects. So yes and no. You know what it's like. It's a lot of grant writing and trying to find learning new skills. That's important, but I just didn't expect. I thought I was just getting into this whole getting good at what I did on stage and reaching out to people in the same room, and now it's like, how do we do that through
I think
screen?
you did it quite well this evening. Was the Patreon something that you started before lockdown, or was that something?
Yeah, I started in 2019 in January, and I remember thinking when we were on tour, that there might be a day that we wouldn't be able to. I didn't want to believe it, but here we are.
Did you predict the pandemic?
It's my fault, everybody, and I'm basically
She's planting trees out of guilt.
Nostradamus in my songwriting as well. So if you want to know the future, just buy all my albums and listen to them on repeat.
So the Patreon, can we find it? Is it ChristinaMartin.net? Is that?
It's on. There's a link on my ChristinaMartin.net, and it's patreon.com/Christina Martin, I believe. But if you search in Patreon, and come on over to the community. We're actually shooting a new intro video for it tomorrow, and that'll be fun. So
awesome. And Sam, you just released your 4th album, didn't you? Where can we find that?
You can find that on somecartermusic.co.uk. So that came out in May, and I've been kind of pushing that and doing as many kind of little live stream shows and so on since then. And I also the album features some artwork from a guy called Jon Boden, who's a Sheffield-based woodcut artist, and I have recently made available some prints, so you can buy the full-size print, which is kind of like vinyl size, with they're all handmade prints. Very lovely. So they're on my Bandcamp if you're interested in one of those. I took part in Global Music Match with Catherine and Christina were also involved in, and then 96 artists altogether, which was kind of a bonkers online thing. And then since then, I've been writing and working on new stuff. Working away in the background. It's always about, we were talking about this, weren't we, before, about getting the balance between the promotional side of it and the creative side of it. And at the moment I've kind of gone back into creating. I'm also teaching as well. I teach at Leeds Conservatoire, pop and folk guitar, and so teaching and writing new stuff, ready to spring back out into the world. I was supposed to have some shows this month as well, but now were some actual real life ones. But now, because of the lockdown, that's sadly not going to happen. So I was really looking forward to getting out there, but it's got to wait a little longer. So it's great to be able to do things like this, for the interim, and then fingers crossed, spring tour is looking like, well, it's we'll see.
Keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah, keep fingers crossed. Yeah.
And Bandcamp, so I think they're waiving their fees on Friday again, aren't they?
Bandcamp Friday.
So if you are going to buy things, do it on Friday.
Absolutely, yeah. That's been a a great thing. One of the first ones was actually the day my album got released. So I don't know how lucky I got. I got super lucky there. So that was
Gosh, maybe people should plan the releases around those days. Probably
That's what I've been doing.
Well, I think it's spawned a whole new sort of cycle that people are going for, like looking for those Bandcamp Fridays. So and for good reason. So
they seem to be doing things right for artists, don't they, lately?
It's been
they're
helpful.
one of the good guys. They're definitely one of the good guys. So I from my point of view,
Yeah, I've had absolute spikes. Like that day of the month, people know we're gonna do our shopping on that day. Like the difference is like nobody buys all month and then hundreds of dollars, and it's so helpful. That wasn't even happening before the shutdown. People were not. I think now people are really understanding. Like, oh, okay, like the physical thing really does help artists, and even buying downloads where they weren't before. So that's really helpful. Thank you, everybody.
What about you, Catherine? What are you up to at the moment?
I'm actually gearing up to take some time away from the world of.
That sounds good right now.
Yeah, yeah. Because I don't know about Christina and Sam if you felt this too, but when the lockdown happened in March and I was stuck here in my house, and I just kind of went into a mad dash to like pivot and see how I could like make up some of the dollars that I was gonna, we all lost all of our revenue. And so I've been working really, really hard, and it's been really great, learning a lot of new skills and having a lot of fun making videos, and doing the Global Music Match was great to meet other artists across the world. But I think I'm kind of due a little break, and so I'm gonna wind things down a little bit. I'll still have a couple of actual in-person shows here in the Atlantic bubble in Eastern Canada. But so you might see me doing the odd live stream, and I'm hoping that I can spend more time with my creative side and really put some love and care into that, because I've been working really hard on the other stuff, and I kind of do a break, a holiday.
Absolutely, and we'll all be here when you're ready to come back.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'll have something new to share.
Look forward to it.
Oh, well, it's been such a lovely evening, and we've managed to not discuss politics once, so clap for well done us. It's been really, really lovely, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it too. So for the last time, I'll say bye to you one by one. Goodbye, and thank you, Christina Martin.
Thank you so much. Bye.
We've done it again. There she is.
I was just saying how much I'm going to miss y'all. This has been really special.
Oh gosh, that's made me giggle.
I'm done. You can say goodbye.
It wasn't me. Goodbye to Sam, and thank you so much to Sam Carter.
Thank you so much for having me. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Stay safe, and hope to see you in real life in a gig somewhere soon. Take care.
Goodbye, and thank you so much, Catherine Mclellan.
Thank you so much, Christina, and all of you guys at the Green Note. It was really a pleasure. Thanks.
Thank you all for joining us tonight. Thank you to Imi and Risa, and a special thanks to Ali and Ian for working behind the scenes on the sound and cameras tonight. We're here every Wednesday and Friday with fantastic new lineups every show. Thank you, and good night, everyone.